Good evening, everyone. As always, I hope you've had a wonderful day and you're ready to hang out and play Slay the Spire. Let us continue our advance slowly through the Ascension ranks. I mean, we're not going that slowly in the grand scheme of things. It's just, it's a naturally slow process. Good to see you, Cat Plays. How you doing, Fury? Alright, so Silent is the one who's behind, because we lost a run with him yesterday, and we then got Defect caught up. So, we'll start with Silent, go from there. Oh, alright, 150 gold is fine. I think I want the rare card. Again, really wish this let me pick from a selection or turn it down if I don't want it. I don't like it being full random, but we'll take the rare card and hope it's cool. Discard your hand, add one shift to your hand for each card discarded. I mean, I do like that. Slide deck is still pretty good even after the nerfs. I mean, that's what I largely expected to be the case. Because Sly seemed rather strong on the whole. And again, like, I'm not even too concerned even if it had ended up, like, in too weak a spot. Because I think it's all part of a longer process. Ooh, we gonna do ships and stuff? That seems likely at this point. The main thing I need to really benefit from that is card draw, both so we can draw into this more commonly, and also so that we can have a full hand to utilize that with. Just finished some Excel things, so I'm free! Well, always glad to hear it. Yeah, Sly synergies as well. Very, very important for us. I kind of just want to go for, like, this route that has a bunch of rest points. I do want to do Elite, though. Unfortunately, none of these paths have, like, a heal between the Elites. I think we still want to do something like this. So if we need to, we can pivot off of the Elite and go to the shop instead. I might still want to just go to the shop in general. Yeah, or I go on this route, which has me fight more Elite. But then I do still have to do, like, Elite, Enemy, Elite, no matter what here. Actually, might want that more. I just don't like that this is a less flexible pathing. Unfortunately, there's also no shop on this route. There is a shop here, which I kind of want. Could go through the middle instead. I think we're fine without doing the shop, even though, like, card removals are so limited in this game that it feels really bad to skip a possibility of one. But anyways, we'll at least get to here and then figure it out. Alright, just gotta block one, and then we hit a little bit. Would have been nice to get the Storm of Steel on that first turn, but hey. So you are weaker than a strike, so we play the strike first and then do the Storm of Steel. It's not like crazy strong for us yet, it's just that there's a lot of cool things it can synergize with. Well, you're going to take some damage, but so be it. I was hoping to just kill him this turn, but no. Either way, it's not a big deal. Like, we at least block, and then he's still about to die. We just need any strike. There we go. Regen potion is fine. These are not what I want. The snake bite is sort of kind of okay since it retains, and that I mean, A, the poison is not terrible for us to have. B, it's an extra card that I could be discarding with Storm of Steel. I'm still going to skip, even though I probably shouldn't. Yeah, I'll take this, I guess, and just get rid of a strike. It's a bit greed, but fine. Okay, I'll just go ahead and kill you. Unfortunately, I'm getting some garbage into my deck. It's only one each, but still. Okay, so we'll do it like this so we still get some block while we're killing this guy. I am taking some damage. Oh well. That's just life. I was hoping I was going to get the Survivor this turn. I really need to upgrade that so that the shivs do more damage. Well, he's almost dead. He should be dead no matter what this coming turn. Well, I say that, but apparently I found the one way in which he doesn't die. I mean, again, not a big deal, but it does just feel silly that we had to wait a whole extra turn for him to die. 3 shivs into your hand. Cloak and Dagger. 10 damage to all enemies. I think we do want that right now. I like the Cloak and Dagger as well, but I think we really need to do this. It's just a decent card that shores up a bunch of our problems. I didn't realize you could get this in Act 1. I thought it was only Act 2. That determines the classic silence attack to deck ratio. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do this. It does put me pretty low, but it's interesting. Alright, well, let's try not to take too much more damage. I'm gonna have to heal anyways going into this elite fight. I mean, I've got the regen, which helps, but still. Great. Super helpful. It's almost like that would have been a nice turn to get the Storm of Steel. How you doing, by the way, Ether? Told me we were gonna get another strike so I could just kill him. Okay, but now he's dead. No, I'll skip. Though I maybe should take the dagger throw. So what are the elites? There's the bird, the statue, and something. Couldn't tell you what the other one is. I think we have to heal, though. I would prefer not to, because I really need to, like, upgrade some cards to increase the power of my deck, but I also just need to not be dying. Okay, so we play that one first, and then just attack, attack, attack. Tired to lie down to calm my hip and slept for like 2 hours. I feel that. Unfortunately, the thorns aren't going to do a lot for us here. Oh, wrong order. Well, I don't have any way to speed this up, so we're just going to take a bunch of damage against him. Maybe die, because my damage output is just atrocious. Oh, God, it's real bad. Worst matchup for your current deck. Yeah, it's real bad for me. I'll avoid using the potion. I don't think it's going to make enough of a difference. Yeah, I think I still lose because he's just going to hit me again this coming turn. I don't think I can do 34. Yeah, and, like, even if I do 13 block here, that's not enough. I could, like, do slightly more block than that and spend my whole turn on it, but, like, then he just kills me on the coming turn. I guess I probably should have used this. We could have shaved off, like, 9 health from him. Yeah, I don't think it would have been enough. Either way, yeah, there we go. I'm not surprised that I lost there. We were playing pretty greedily. I probably should have taken more attacks and also just not gone for the elite. Because, like, I had some cool cards, but they weren't, like, particularly strong yet. Like, I had 0 synergy for my rare card. We'll take the rare knife trap. Sure. Well, we want shivs then. It's such a weird picture. I mean, I like the triple event. And there's a bunch of rest spots there, which is kind of cute. Could also, like, go through the center here, upgrade a card, get a bunch of events, fight an elite. That might be the route we want to go. I do kind of want to take a route that has more elites on it, but I don't think we're going to be well suited to that. Like, unless I get some Shiv cards from the first couple fights. Like, there's just a very good chance that I'm going to be in a bad shape. Like, my card currently does literally nothing. It's a very cool card, but it doesn't do anything until I have ways to generate ships. Alright, just 2 more strikes and he's dead. Which should be pretty achievable. Yeah. Ta-da! Okay. Not perfect, but not too bad. Yeah, I mean, I'll take the untouchable. It's just very good. Certainly not the card that I wanted. I wanted to see, like, Cloak and Dagger or things like that. But, you know, I'll do what I do, I guess. Okay, and then we're blocking exactly enough thanks to the weak. And someday we'll kill him. There we go. Okay. Please give me something I care about. I mean, I feel I should probably take the dagger spray here. I really kind of want to take accuracy. Dagger throw also is appealing in that it allows us to do the untouchable. I kind of want to take the accuracy, but I'm not going to do it. I will take the dagger spray. I think just having some ability to do AoE is just really nice. Point in case. I technically do still have one discard. Unfortunately, I had too much defense that turn, not enough offense. Someday we'll make the knife trap relevant, hopefully. It's a very cool card, just doesn't do anything at all at the moment. Gain block, add slide to a skill in your hand this turn. I mean, that's a cool card, but I'll take the finisher, though again it's a little dodgy whether it actually matters right now. Burst. Your next skill is played an additional time. Okay. Again, doesn't really do anything for me yet. Fine. Oh, okay, well, here we are. Probably don't need to do this. Yeah, he almost dies. If I'd blown the other potion, he would. Didn't want to blow the other potion. Didn't really need to take the damage, but we did anyways. At least we get to do this, which is nice. And then one of them's dead, although it means that we can't use the Echoing Slash to proc additional time. But then again, I wasn't really expecting to get the Echoing Slash either way. Alright, he's dead! Draw cards. Fine. Oh, is this the one where we can keep going, isn't it? Healing before going into an elite, though, would be helpful. Fine. Yep. Shouldn't have done that. That was a lot of health to lose, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, usually I take 2 upgrades and dip, but at this HP, better take the heal. I mean, I should have. Didn't. Aroma of Chaos. I forgot about this one. Transform a card in your deck. Upgrade a card in your deck. I mean, there's still some good upgrade targets. Like, Neutralize is good. The Finisher's okay. kind of want to do the transform. I think we just do the upgrade, though. Just go ahead and do that, I guess. Horn Cleat is fine. Don't hate that. Alright, well, we'll go here, I guess. I probably shouldn't, but I did. Well, I'm just going to gain the max HP and let the poor Burdonis egg go. Okay, well, at least we have some AoE for you. My deck on the whole is a giant mishmash of despair. But we're trying. I maybe should have vulnerable him. I thought about it, you know, using the vulnerable potion. Because the longer I let this go, the worse this whole situation gets. I actually probably didn't need to do it like this. I probably could have played the defend. Oh well. That's life. Okay, well, I have an absolute massive amount of block. I just can't do anything else this turn. Well, this ain't great. It's just hard for me to chew through all this. I mean, again, I've made a very bad deck. Really should have just pivoted off of things and done some other things, and here we are. Well, life is pain. Great. Goodbye, a good chunk of my health. Hopefully we get the dagger spray on this first draw through the deck. Nope. But at least I can get rid of that, and then just play these out, I guess. At least the infections go into the discard. That is some small mercy. So annoying. Because the finisher doesn't do anything. I do just die here. Yeah, I think that's the first time I've lost to that fight, which feels bad. Because I am doing it to myself. Whatever. Whatever. Let's go again. The pain at Jank. Yeah, I'm just not playing well, but that's fine. Well, we'll take the rare card again. The Hunt. What was that? 10 damage. If fatal, gain an additional card reward. I don't really love this. I mean, at least it does decent damage. We Jank and we crank. Fair enough. How you doing, by the way, Tesserar? We can't really handle a lot of these things. Not really happy with most of these paths, but I think we're doing something like this and just accepting that we're fighting in early-ish elite, and hopefully it's okay. Yeah, I thought I'd done the wrong order for some reason. But we at least did the hunt. which should at least be helpful. Like, getting that early means we at least will have more chances to refine our deck. Or not refine our deck, but add to it at least. Since those are somewhat different things. It's actually a great starter. I mean, it is. I just am not, like, wildly excited about it, but it's not bad. Like, it should be pretty solid for us, so long as we can proc it in at least the first couple battles. I really wish you could back out. Oh, no, you can't, because you can hit skip. And I'm pretty sure you can then still go back into it. Yeah, okay. Don't really want the skewer. Blade Dance seems fine. Anticipate is whatever. Maybe just want the Speedster. I'll take that, I guess, and I will take the Blade Dance just because it's decent damage. And obviously there's things it synergizes with. Yeah, unfortunately it's only cards drawn during my turn, not including the starting card draws. I've still played it just to get it out of my deck, basically, but it wasn't, like, great. I'm going to wait on the hunt because we really do want to proc that if we can. Unfortunately, I'm not blocking very well here. I mean, I could just kill him. Well, I can't kill him now, so here we are. I just realized that we have to wait at least like 2 turns till we see the hunt again, probably. Which, we're fine. We do block enough. And even with his block, we should be okay. This sounds fun with Pale's card sacrifice relic. I don't remember what that one is. Yeah, we'll take the expertise probably, but we should always check this first. Yeah, we'll take the acrobatics and the expertise. Take the energy potion. Again, really wish that you didn't have to choose an option at an event like that, but that's just how this game wants it to be, I guess. I was hoping to just get, like, the Speedster up. I don't think we actually even need to play the Speedster, though. Well, sadly not blocking all the way. But he's at least in range where the hunt kills him now. Okay. We're doing a good job proccing it. We are taking a bit of damage per fight, though. We'll take the backflip. I should have checked this first again, but hey. I do like up my sleeve. I don't think we want it here, though. And backstab, I mean, it's a decent amount of damage. But I'm gonna skip it nonetheless, I think. I guess I actually probably did want it since I forgot that we have Ring of the Snake as our starter artifact, so we draw extra on turn 1 anyways. Calculated gamble is a maybe. The deflect is also vaguely appealing. I'll take the deflect, I guess. Yeah, unfortunately, because I gave up the gold to buy the potions, I couldn't afford both of them. Okay, well, here we are. No, I was hoping to draw, but fine. I'll use this now to... He's so tiny now. I don't do a lot of damage. We're trying, but I'm very slow nonetheless. Mini mommy bird, yeah, pretty much. So this does slightly more damage, and also it draws us into the neutralize, so we are able to get even more damage there. Frustrating that you're just slightly out of range. I'm gonna try to do it nonetheless. I do take 1 damage here, but that's not too big a deal. And then hopefully we get the hunt here. We did not. Alright, well, thanks to my hubris, we're taking a bit of extra damage. Okay. Thank God we're not taking more damage, though. Yeah, don't hate the oddly smooth stone. I mean, I don't dislike melees. I don't know that we're in the best situation to use it, but we definitely want that. I'll take the melees, I guess. Okay, there's a lot of things I want to do. We're going to start by doing the speedster. I'm not convinced that this is correct, but here we are. I already forgot that I even have the blade dance. I do Glacier. Well, sadly, we're still taking damage. Obviously, I do have, like, the block potion I could have used, but didn't want to. Aspire being better today. Oh, no, we're off to a terrible start. I have lost multiple times already. To be fair, it's largely been my own fault, but yeah, no, it's not been going great. Well, this is real bad. Spirit of Jank is alive and well. Yeah, this thing is more damage than I'm happy with. Probably should have played out the malaise just to get out of the deck for the moment. The greed got to us. I mean, it definitely did. Which is fine. Okay, it doesn't matter. We have the hunt. We'll do the hunt. I probably don't need to be prioritizing it anymore. I will happily drink that right now. Draw extra next turn. I don't have a lot of discard outlets, but maybe still want that. Sure, I'll take the haze. I maybe shouldn't, but here we are. Ooh, I do like that. Sure, we'll risk the elite. Probably shouldn't, but here we are. Okay. That's the one I think I'm more happy to fight. Okay, so we want to get that up. And I can either do 12 damage, or I can do 9 damage and discard a card. Yeah, we'll just do this, I guess. Okay, I'm just going to play that out just to get rid of it. I don't think we super need it for this battle. And I would like to do other things. I can't let this fight go on too long, but at least with the Speedster, we're going to be damaging all of the split dudes at once, which is going to be a lot better for us. Actually, should have waited to play the Deflect, maybe. Oh, I don't have any energy. Well... Okay, and then they split before we do the others, which is nice. Okay, well, we'll hurt the one that's lowest on health. So if we draw 3 additional cards, which is somewhat doable for us, although not with this hand. But we at least have the hunt, I guess. I don't know. They could poison them all. I think we just want to hurt one of these guys and hunt. And then we just block the other. I do have a lot of infections in the deck now, unfortunately, but... Well, annoying that we couldn't quite kill you normally, but oh well. I don't take too much damage, all things considered. And there we go! Alright, Speedster kind of working for us. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, draw a card. Not bad. We definitely want the prepared. So badly we want the prepared. Honestly, footwork is pretty decent for us. We'll take that, I guess. It's definitely this. So that would be the statue. I think we're just going to avoid the statue. I think it's just too slow for me to kill. I forgot that these guys exist. I've seen them once. You know, we'll just go ahead and knock you out. Don't rightly remember what these guys do, but we'll just do some damage to them. Okay. Well, I have rather limited options for this turn, so I guess we just do what we can. 1 times 8. So if I weaken you, you should be doing 0 damage. Which means that then we have enough block. And then you're almost dead by poison. Yeah, like, I'm just so weirded out that I had completely forgotten these guys exist. So I can't remember the last time I saw them, but alright. Anyways, they're dead now. And if they weren't dead there, we were gonna hit them with the not Sly, the Haze, to give them more poison. Anyways, we're taking another Prepared. Like, it is just too good for us not to. Sure, we'll take a Blur, I guess, even though we're somewhat bloating the deck, but that's okay. I don't know that I've ever seen this guy. I guess we'll play this now. I kind of wanted to play the Blur, but that's okay. This is a little greedy, but we got the Speedster up, which is really good, especially if he is summoning things. Eye with Teeth. Okay, well, that shouldn't really be too much of an issue, since I can just kind of kill it by doing very little. Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to malaise it, but no. You know what? I'll still play that just to get rid of it. We don't need it right now, and I think it's just a waste of our time. I'll just go ahead and do that right now. And then we'll discard that, so then we'll just draw up to the 6. I don't need the Untouchable, so we'll do the Haze for more poison. And then he's already dead to the poison. I don't even know what this guy adds. And I'm kind of curious what it is, but that's okay. Oh, did we not get the Hunt because that was an illusion? I thought that might be the case, but then I thought it was working for some reason. That's Daze, I think. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I think we're gonna not take the Dagger Throw. Maybe. I mean, I kind of like it. You know what? I will take it. It's not like perfect for me, but it's probably good enough. Okay, so we're doing that. And then this guy shouldn't be too bad, because with the Speedster, I will be able to get through his stuff pretty easily. You know, presupposing I actually get the Speedster. There it is. Which is say that like his big thing is the slippery, which prevents him from taking damage, and I'll be able to knock that off pretty easily. Gambling chip is the best. It is rather good. Yeah, I'm not like wild about doing this, but we'll do this right now. Because the strength persists, and, you know, he has a bunch of weak, and that means that this turn he's attacking for a lot less, and I appreciate that to some degree. Okay, we'll just do this, even though I take a little bit of damage. That's fine. I need to start getting some damage on him. And I've got plenty of HP. At least, you know, for the moment. Well, I have 2 Sly cards, and unfortunately the block one doesn't matter this turn, but hey. You know what? Fine. I'll use this. Definitely should have done this first. Nostalgia also pretty good, but I think we're just gonna take Panache. Well, can't play the blur, but okay, fine. We did solid damage to him. He's got a little bit of poison. He's just kind of dying. He's not doing meaningful damage to us. Well, unfortunately... I still got tons of block. It's not like... It's a huge deal. It's just a little annoying that we didn't get to do much that turn. Unfortunately, now the block wears off. Alright, I'll take the damage, I guess. It is a good chunk, but we're still going to heal a fair bit after this, even with the Ascension modifier lowering it. Alright, well, we didn't hunt him, but fine. It would have been cute. And by that I mean, I actually don't know how the hunt works with him, whether it would have been another rare draft or just a normal draft. I actually really wish that I had known. Whenever you play an attack, gain 2 strength this turn. That's a no. We're not taking another hunt. Yeah, I'll take the nightmare. There's just reasonably good things we can do with it. Enchanted card with clone. I don't think I really want Pale's Eye. I don't know that we want clone either. I mean, like, there are some good clone options. Like, clone acrobatics is pretty good for us. So it's prepared. Clone prepared so he can live its final glory days. Yeah. I'm not too upset that it's getting nerfed. It's a cool card, but I do think that similar to Awoken Railspike and Monster Train, like, is too close to like 100% pick rate. I mean, obviously, I'm not at Ascension 10. Maybe these things differ. Maybe I am just a misguided youth, but it does feel like it is too just like universally useful. That said, I don't really love the gain energy next turn mechanic. It's probably okay in Silent if you have a bunch of other ways to like draw cards and things. They're really hating on infants. Yeah, but as we kind of talked about last night, I think that's fine. I think that is good for the game for them to do. I guess we're probably doing the clone. Side note, I really wish you could like back out here if you change your mind. I am not going to, but it just is weird to me that there's no like go back a step option. Yeah, I think we want the acrobatics. Unfortunately, I would like to upgrade it before I dupe it, which is a little cumbersome. Do I want to fight elites? Maybe. I do think I probably want to go to this shop. I wish I had a better, like, encyclopedic knowledge of what all events are in this game. Like, I have a decent sense, but I don't have nearly the kind of base knowledge that I do with other deck builders. You probably only want to dupe it once or twice anyways. Any more is a bit dodgy. Oh yeah, no, we're only doing it like once, maybe twice. Maybe twice, but yeah. All right, let's start here. Sure, we'll just do that one. Whatever, here we are. Okay, we'll just do it this way. Fine, we're doing some damage. We hold on to a little bit of block. It's not a lot of bit of block, but it's something. Not that we're in, like, bad shape here. There we go. That's nice. I'm sure we'll just keep that going. Could have stunned him, but that's fine. We'll just stun him this turn. Well, we get a bunch of prepareds next turn. I probably would have gone for the energy. It's like only having 2 energy for 1 turn to get 4 for the rest of the fight with a 5th energy flexibility. Well, it's not 4 for the rest of the fight, though. It's 4 when you want it, and 3 otherwise. Actually, no, I'm sorry. You are correct. I am looking at that wrong. And yeah, it would have been okay. I'd considered it. It maybe would have been correct. But whatever, it's not what I did. Okay, may as well kill him with Hunt. Gambler's Brew is not bad for us. Don't think we need the Noxious Fumes. Do kind of like dodge and roll, but I think we don't need it. Plus, we should look at this first. Yeah, we probably want Ricochet or Flick Flack. That's not what I was trying to do. We'll take the Ricochet, I guess. I don't think I totally need it, but it is good for me to have more slide cards. If you gain gold, raise your max HP. I mean, I kind of want it, but I think we'd rather do, like, Haze and then, like, a removal. Okay. Well, I'm going to do this, even though we may take some damage this turn. But there's the prepared, which we wanted, so then I can do that. And so, like, we are taking a little bit of damage, but a lot less damage. It worked out pretty okay. And, like, the Speedster is generally pretty important to my situation, so here we are. Okay, well, they both got 6 poison, and they're relatively low on HP, so we should be fine. Ta-da! Fine, take another prepared. Don't hate getting blocked for free right off the bat. I'll do the footwork. Don't know that's necessary, but the extra dexterity is nice. Alright, well, he's got a bit of poison, and here we are. Sure. I do feel bad that we're basically never actually using the melees, but that's fine, whatever. We did some damage to him. We're doing okay. Our deck is working better than it once did. Yeah, and there's the prepared, which is nice. Yeah, I'll just go for the block, I guess. We're just trying to not take damage for the most part. And, like, he's already poisoned. We're going to be poisoning him more. Yada, yada, yada. Here we are. Yes, go, my beautiful slide cards. I do really like Sly's mechanic. It's cool. I mean, definitely it can cause problems, balance-wise, but on the whole, it's cool. I like it. Okay, well, it conveniently lined up where we can hunt him, so there we go. Take another haze, especially since it's upgraded, though we're getting a little ridiculous. You're just missing the discard for damage relic. That we are. I'll take the reflex, I guess. Okay. Or the discard for block relic. I mean, that's the one that I would much prefer. His deck could use a murder or two. Probably. I mean, we're doing okay without it, but that certainly would help. So I'm currently taking a little bit of damage, which is probably fine. I think we just want to do this just to shave off some health. Like, I don't care about trying to get the fatal. I'm just trying to do things. Unfortunately, we didn't get the speedster on turn 1, which I'm not, like, totally surprised by. Do I want to do the Gambler's Brew too? Yeah, I will. It's not exactly what I wanted to do, but here we are. Yeah, I didn't actually need the block potion. I didn't realize how much damage I would be doing with that, but here we are. Well, mistakes were made, but fine. Oh boy, sweet max HP. I'll take another backflip, even though we're going a little shenanigans here. Don't think we need Corrupted, so we'll just transform that. What do we got? Tactician, slide, gain energy. Okay, fine. So there's a number of things I'd like to upgrade and do, but we're going to upgrade this. Okay, fine. And then we're going to get a second one of those. Part of the issue is that I am making the speedster less likely to draw right off the bat, but fine. I mean, even without the speedster, just having a bunch of slide cards does plenty of work for me. Yep. There we go. Everything's fine. Don't mind me. I mean, I don't actually need to play that because they're all dying from the poison anyways. Alright, that was good. I don't hate getting a new Gambler's Brew. The Anticipate is fine, but we're not going to bother with it. Not really wild about expertise. I often find myself disappointed by it. I think I'd rather do the acrobatics than the footwork, so... Alright, well we did, 30-some damage to him right there, which I don't hate. Yeah, I don't love this turn, though. Okay, well... Sure, we'll just play the On the Hunt. I just don't really need to worry about it, especially because most of the time I'm killing with the Speedster now. I guess I'll do both of those instead of doing the Tactician so far. I think that's just more important for me. And also, unsurprisingly, we get to do it anyways. Yeah, we have less slide cards now. Oh boy, well, we already won, although we do need to kill this guy, otherwise he's gonna hurt me. Which is to say, I can also just kill his boss and everything's fine. Don't need the flex potion. Burst. I don't know that we can really use that. I think it's just overkill. Yeah, we should be fine. Because, like, the Entomancer doesn't really bother us. Okay, well, we'll give him some garbage, I guess. Yeah, unfortunately, hereafter, no matter what, I won't be able to play out the Speedster if I draw it. And I would really like to play the Speedster when I draw it. So, we'll just stop there and block a bit. Especially because we get to carry over the block to the next turn with that, with the blur. Well, this is disappointing, but fine. Lose some strength. Someday I'll get what I want. I mean, we're at least poisoning him here. But we really did bottom deck it. Okay, well, here we are. Okay, I'm not going to do the Blade Dance because I don't want him to put a bunch of garbage right at the bottom of my deck that I have to draw through. Also, poor guy can't actually hurt me here. Yeah, I am going to get a bunch of days. I forgot that it was 2 now. That was actually a bad idea. Well, so be it. The power of malaise. Yeah. I mean, this is why we took malaise, was for moments like this. I mean, I'm doing fine on block in general anyways, but, like, it does do a lot of work in a lot of ways. Well, we get 1 energy back. So I guess we do this so we get enough block. We do a little bit more damage. We get rid of more of the dazes. I did add so many dazes to the deck. Doesn't matter. He's dead already. A poor Nightmare. Not doing a whole lot for us. Alright, well, there we go. How thrilling. Yeah, I want the Lucky Tonic more than I want the attack potion. Do I want to take Memento Mori? I think no. I'm gonna not take another prepared. Okay, let's just get rid of those. Do what we can. The one nice thing is that even if this guy ends up debuffing me, like, again, a lot of my damage isn't via actual attacks and such. Doing alright, Moonjin, how about you? Should maybe play the Blur, but we're not going to. Our deck is rather thick now. Okay, so there's that. Okay, well, I'd rather play this so I can discard that. Unfortunately, Oh, I forgot that that's how he debuffs us. I was thinking that it just is a flat debuff. Forgot that that's not at all how he works. Well, we are going to take some damage, but whatever. A 9-site cloning Speedster may be the better choice. I had considered that, but I didn't know at the time how much we were going to get, like, draw cards and slide cards, and so I didn't want to count on that. Okay. We're taking a bit of damage, but whatever. So be it. Wow. Not anymore. He is a worse matchup for me than I was thinking, but for the most part, we're okay. He's largely dead anyways. Doing fine. Had a little power outage earlier today that disturbed my plans, but I'm doing fine. Yeah, I also had a power outage today, though it was while I was asleep. It still caused some issues because it turned off a number of things while I was asleep, and I had to set things back up again. But whatever. And no, I don't need to play these. Yes, we were playing them anyways. Okay, well, not perfect, not the worst. Here we are. Gonna say no to that. Okay, we are gonna clone once, and I don't know. Here we are. I don't even think that's absolutely necessary, but here we are. I'm actually gonna leave the reflex in hand because I'd rather get the extra draw after I've played the Speedster. Yeah, I do hit the max for my hand size, unfortunately, but yeah, this is somewhat of a problem. I mean, it's whatever. It's a lot. Mind Rot's fine. I have so much card draw that it's mostly okay. Maybe. Actually, probably should have gone the other route, but here we are. I was just worried that I'm going to be somewhat slow at killing him. And so I don't want to... I just wasn't sure I could handle taking damage every time. Especially because I can't take the second, like, draw debuff from him. Because that one would prevent me from playing more than 3 cards in a turn, and I can't handle that. I really would love a second Speedster, even if it would be kind of difficult for me to play. But, yeah. Yes. Always let me play the hazes. I mean, we're not doing, like, a crazy great job with that, but it's going okay. I think I honestly maybe just want to do the Gambler's Brew right now. I do kind of want to save that for later, but this fight's going somewhat slow for me. And so doing this, I can get more poison on him, which is cute. Wasn't really that impressive, but here we are. Obviously, I did do more damage as well, just from all the cards that I drew. Oh, this is disappointing. Well, can't take the other one, so it's got to be the damage one. This is not great. Alright, I'll just do this. I am taking a lot of damage, though, because I'm taking the 7, then the 19. But, like, I need to kill him. I think this is just going to get worse and worse and worse over time. And I do think 4 acrobatics is probably too much for us currently, but so be it. Partly because I keep hitting the hand limit. Also, the nightmare is not doing a lot for us. Well, I'd love to do the hazes, but I wanted to not be taking an absurd amount of damage, and so now we'll take a lot less damage. My brain keeps going to Nightmare the Speedster. Yeah, the problem with that is that it's slow and it's really unwieldy. Okay, but we can now kill him. And also, do we get 2 rare drafts or a normal and a rare? It is 2 rare. That's cute. Serpent form. I have not seen this before. Whenever you play a card, deal 4 damage to a random enemy. I guess they got rid of Wraith form. When you play a skill, it gains Sly. Double your block gain this turn. Discard your hand. Next turn, attacks deal double damage. That's cute. But we're going to take Serpent form. And I guess we're going to take Master Planner. I think this is a lot because I now have a ton more setup cards. I'm not sure if that's really helpful, but hey. Master Planner makes all your skills Sly. Oh, I understood. Signet Ring? I didn't realize she had this. I don't think we can take Glitter. Like, I really just wanted something different than these. But I'll take the max HP, I guess. And then, what was it? Queen? Yeah. Okay, well, I definitely would like to visit a merchant. And they're all at the beginning. Great. I think I'm probably just going to avoid the elites and go something like this. What's the route over here looking like? Yeah, well, I would love to do more events and stuff, but whatever, that's fine. Sure, let's do that. Alright, fine. We'll just do it this way. I will carry block over to next turn, which is partly why we're doing it this way. Didn't get the Speedster up. Really wanted the Speedster. I need more ways to discard a lot of cards. That's what I need. So I will be taking a little bit of damage unless I block more, which is maybe fine. Kind of want to do Master Planer, but I don't think the fight's going to last long enough. I just don't think that matters. My deck is somewhat clumsy. Like, it does a lot of good work, but it's also real thick and real awkward. Yeah, I should have done that differently, but here we are. Well, it doesn't super matter. We at least block a little bit. I keep forgetting that I have the plating. They have a bunch of poison on them. I'm just gonna die by the poison. A bunch of cards that are irrelevant to our needs. Ta-da! Discard 2 cards, add 2 shivs to hand. Do I want that? I kind of do. You know what? Fine. Alright, what do you got for me? Flick Flack. Maybe. 15 damage, 5 additional damage for each unique debuff. Not really what we want. No. Upgrade 2 random attacks. Chemical X is kind of cute just for the malaise. Yeah, I'll take that. It just makes malaise basically always useful for me. A Book of 5 Rings is now heal at Bonfire. We're not going... It took me a moment to understand what you meant. I am not going to be cloning the acrobatics again. It's just not happening. Well, still taking a little bit, unfortunately. It's not like a huge deal, but I was trying to avoid it. God, my deck is just a mess. I would really like to play Serpent Form, but it costs too much. I definitely meant to do the reflex there. Whoops. Alright, well, I take a little bit more damage since I should have done the reflex instead. Just absolutely was the correct option. I had multiple ways to murder him there, but either way, fine. Ooh. Why is acrobatics not getting the genetic algorithms treatment? You mean, why are we not duping it to have 16 of them? Because I have a limit to my energy, and I still really need to draw certain cards on the first deck cycle. Justice for our boy acrobatics. I maybe should hold on to the Lucky Tonic, but I'm gonna discard that for the cure-all. I will take another untouchable. I routinely forget about the Owl Magistrate. Okay, well, we have some amount of block already. There's just so many cards in my deck. And, like, again, a lot of them not actually very good for me. I mean, I would love to play the Serpent form, but I can't, so. That's a lot. But we can at least do this. Well, just give you some minus strength and all that, and we'll watch you try to peck me to death. And we finally get the Speedster. Once again, we keep just bottom decking it, which feels so bad. Oh, man. Well, unfortunately, can't play the other acrobatics. That's fine. We're doing okay. Oh no, he's soaring through the sky! I mean, that is actually a fair bit of damage, but... But it's only 50% damage from attacks. Sure, I'll do that, even though I probably don't actually want to. Alright, well, we'll just block enough. He's taking some poison damage. We did a fair bit of damage just by drawing. We'll get there eventually. Well, this is a disappointing turn. But that's okay. There's the last turn of his weakness. But he is also, you know, just has a lot less strength, and therefore it's not going to hurt us, so. Hey, look, Nightmare and Serpent form sure are often dead cards in this deck. Yeah. Yeah, there are. There's so many dead cards in this deck, unfortunately. Well, he's dead. I don't need the speed potion. The Flick Flack is cute, but I'm gonna not take it, even though I probably should. Can't wait till all skills have Sly. Yeah, it's something. We have so much block. Okay. So there's the Speedster. Yes, we take damage when playing it. Doesn't really matter. Then we'll still get 2 benefit off of that, so he gets -2 strength and weaken for 2 turns. Corrosive Wave would look good in this deck. That it would. Alas, that's just not the life we live in. So I'm still getting 3 block naturally. I'm just trying not to take damage. Again, I am fairly slow at killing enemies, but it's fine, kind of. Ooh, it would be really helpful if I didn't run up against the hand limit regularly, because that is definitely a problem for us. Well, we'll just do 10 damage. I don't really care about the extra card draft. What I do care about is him dying. Well, I was considering just playing out the reflex, hard casting it, especially because I would likely draw into something that would help, but I didn't. Ta-da! He's finally dead. Eventually we get to the end of this run. No, we're not going to worry about the vulnerable potion. We're not going to take those. I maybe should take the ricochet. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I almost clicked clone on reflex. That would have been not ideal. Maybe we should do the prepared. Maybe we should do the reflex. Maybe we should do the master planner. We're just going to do this. Bullet time as a way to cheat out setup power would have been good. I had considered it. I didn't take it though, but hey. Well, that's not very helpful. You're somewhat of a concern. Well, master planer it is, I guess, and then we'll just do that and give you a little bit minus strength. Alright, well, thanks for 1,000 slimes, I guess. You're doing basically no damage to me. Maybe we should have done the serpent form there instead of the speedster, but the speedster is pretty regularly helpful for me. I just have so many cards. Well, sadly can't play with the serpent form, but here we go. He's got some poison. He's taking some damage. We are weakened. The weaken doesn't hurt us too badly. Will Sly effects proc serpent form? They should, because they do count as playing the card, just like offering in Monster Train. Alright, we'll just do this. Oh no, he tries to hurt us. I mean, I don't really want 10 more slimes. It's technically not the end of the world for us since they at least draw past themselves, but it's really not what we want. I definitely would prefer a world where my cards do things. Okay, he's almost dead. It takes us so long to kill anything. Okay, he's fucking dead. Ta-da! I mean, he's dead to the poison, but here we are. Yeah, I'll take another one, even though it's not upgraded. I'm not giving a gambling chip. I really wish you could turn this down. Like, we're still gonna take the trade for the lantern, but like, it's just annoying that you are forced to give up something. Especially like this late in the run. Like, what if I cared strongly about all three of those artifacts? And I know the like response that I'd get is just don't care about all of your artifacts. Like, build a deck that can afford to lose them. But like, that's really lame. Okay, let's just upgrade this so that it's easier to play. There may be better choices. That's the choice we made. Well, goodbye gold, who cares? I just didn't want to get anything bad, and I didn't care about anything positive, really. So many cards. Holy shit. It just takes forever to dig through my deck. We're up to 40 cards now, by the way. You know what? We'll just play out Serpent Form. Unfortunately, it's to a random enemy instead of every enemy, but that's not too big a deal. You need the dupe whole deck event? Yeah, let's not do that. Well, certainly not my favorite, but hey. Alright, well, he applies block. I probably should have just killed him, but oh well. It's not a big deal. Not really. We'll just do that. Unfortunately, I have a bunch of things that I can't do anything with. I didn't actually need to block there, but I didn't want to do math, so I didn't actually look. Turns out, didn't at all need it. Alright, they're dead. Yeah, Speedster have been doing a lot of work for us, even if our deck is kind of a miserable pile of despair. I'll just skip. Not doing the clone. I'll just do this. That's fine. Not wanting to do math is quite relatable. Yeah. I will say, so in Magic, there's a common phrase that is, math is for blockers, and, or for defenders, whichever one you want to say. It's an enjoyable phrase for sure. So we're doing this before I forget, even though I already just played out a card that I should have done that with. Well, unfortunately, don't have the things I want. I'm not going to do the cure-all right now, because I don't think there's a good likelihood that we draw into what I care about. It was unfortunately a bad turn 1. Chains of Binding, not the best for us. Not the worst, but not the best. Okay. Yeah, so can't play out the slide card when it has Chains of Binding, which I was pretty confident I knew that to be the case, but still disappointing. So both Speedster and Serpent Form are in there, which means I think we just stop it there. And we'll give her the weak, and we'll take a little bit of damage. That's fine. Who cares? I mean, I don't love that, all things considered. Okay, I think we need the Speedster. Do really want that, but hey. Oh, there we go. It's like, why am I not... for some reason, I think I was only discarding one card. No, I still can't play that out. I really wanted to. Yeah, I mean, we drew really poorly. Well... should have saved that for when I had the Serpent Form. It's just, I really needed to get Speedster up, so here we are. Well, then our deck just kind of does its thing. Well, I'm not really blocking well, and that is a problem. It's a little less a problem right now. Yeah, we're gonna get into untouchable for sure, so we do this. Knowing for sure that we get enough block now. Unfortunately, can't discard the other one. Oh well, that's fine. Deck will slowly be all sly. I mean, kind of. I'm not actually playing out too many of my cards, but yes, they're... it does help. Unfortunately, I can only play one of these, but that's okay. Eventually, we'll kill them all. Oh yeah, well, this guy's dead. Unfortunately, I still don't have Serpent Form up, which is disappointing, but... yeah. And we didn't put much minus strength on her. I mean, part of it's that she got a bunch of extra strength. Yeah, I just can't play that. I really should have held on to that Cure-All potion. Like, that, I was holding on to it for the Serpent Form, and for some reason I decided to play it on that turn anyways. Yeah, we'll do it like this. Okay. I actually can play it now because of the Tactician. So let's do that finally. It's very late for it because we've already won the fight, basically. She's got 40 poison on her. And we already killed our minion, and she's very low in health. But, you know, here we are. Don't mind me as we play one acrobatics into another acrobatics. Infinite possibility. Kind of. The problem is, like, the hand size is really limiting me. I mean, like, we have won this. It would have been much more enjoyable if I just drawn... If I'd gotten some of my powers up faster. Acrobaticception. Yeah. Well, there we go! It was a long run, but here we are. You chose the 40 card deck. I mean, I'm well aware. I'm well aware that I inflicted this upon myself. But here we are. Ta-da! Woo! Lies. The 40 card deck chose him. Also true. Chapter 1, Nemesis, the Silent. Ghastly nightmares of tormented souls stalk the Foglands. She takes it upon herself to hunt the Haunter. Once the hunt is complete, its skull is ceremoniously placed upon her by her sisters. The ritual has concluded. Twisted Funnel. Start of each combat, apply 4 poison to all enemies. Whenever you apply poison, apply 1 more. Whenever you play a Shiv, gain 1 dexterity this turn. I mean, they're cool. I don't feel like I really should have had to wait this long for these to be unlocked. Again, I don't really mind them taking a little bit of time to unlock certain cards and relics, but like it's taken a lot of time. Even with me having not failed that many runs. I mean, it feels a little bad to say that having just lost like 3 runs in a row, but that's a different story. Anyways, I think the progression in this game is just too slow. Especially the Ascensions, but even just all these epochs take a long time. And I don't think they really need to dole it out that slowly. Okay. Anyways, I kind of want to do Ironclad. Kind of want to do Necrobinder. Let's do Ironclad. Kill the Architect. 1 card reward, 1 random potion. It's not bad, but it's boring. Someday I should take the Cursed Pearl. I just really hate unplayable Eternal Curses. Upgrading a card is fine, just like upgrading the Bash isn't bad. Having Vulnerable last for more turns and just being a small damage increase is really nice. I do wish the upgrades in this game were more exciting. Basically every upgrade that is just like a small increase in damage really feels bad. Like small increase in damage or small increase in block. Like they are useful, but they're not exciting. We'll just do the upgrade, fine. It's not wildly exciting, but here we are. I am not doing the back-to-back-to-back elites with no healing in between. That's just not going to happen. But elite, double rest spot, elite is maybe worth... God, that's so many elites, though. And no way to pivot off of them. I don't think that's great. I kind of want to do it anyways, but like we'd really have to hope that we get a boost in power to make them more reasonable. You know what? It is going to lead to my death, but we're probably going to do it. Is that a 6 elite route? I don't believe so. Yeah, it's just 4. This one's 5. And we're not going to do the 5. That's for sure. That is so many, though. Well, it would have been nice to get the vulnerable up, but we still did good damage, I guess. Okay. We block a little bit, we take a little bit. I've never seen 5. I think I've seen it maybe once, but I could just be imagining that. Anyways, we still come out ahead in the healing. Drum of Battle. Draw 2 cards. Start of your turn, exhaust the top card of your draw pile. No. If it was like draw every turn, I would be a lot more excited about that. But it's not. I find the like one-time use powers kind of weird. And like technically this one isn't one-time use because it is exhausting a card every turn. Dismantle seems good here. Yeah, I like Stampede, but I was definitely leaning towards Dismantle. Especially having just upgraded the Bash already, and also having talked about how I really need extra strength already. The Dismantle is a pretty big swing in power. How strong is that? It's like 12 damage? Okay. Like, it irks me that it doesn't search all of the categories. Like, it should default to being all of them. In fact, you can't even select all of them. You have to select one of them at a time. Anyways, just trying to see what this was. It's 14 damage. It's in the event stack. Yeah, it always throws me off because I always think it's in the colorless, and it's not. Even though it is a colorless card. Ugh. New clone jank vid just dropped. What are we talking about? I'm not going to click on that right now just because we're on stream. But what is this, Glacier? We should have the option to cook the bird after hatching it. How terrible. Anyways, I think I'm just taking the HP. Good breakfast. It's not exactly when I wanted to draw that. Well, we're unfortunately coming out of this in the negative no matter what, but whatever. Oh, not too bad. We only lost 1 HP net. And what zone are we in? Yeah. I probably should do the breakthrough. The headbutt and the shrug it off are both appealing, though. Yeah, I'll take the breakthrough. Yeah. Fine. Okay. Okay, so at least not a terrible start. Yeah, I mean, off to a pretty decent start. Although we are going to take a good chunk of damage here, probably. Oh, damage check guy versus damage check character. Yeah. Alright, well, goodbye, a chunk of my health. I was really hoping that we were going to get the, what's its face this turn? Dismantle. That's what we wanted. Unfortunately, didn't get it. It's fine. We just used up one of our things. Every time you play 3 skills in a turn, 5 damage to all enemies. It's not bad. It's not what I wanted, though. Do I want Demon Form? I mean, I think I probably want the Bloodletting. Maybe the Twin Strike. I like Demon Form, but it feels so slow. Because I basically have to, especially now that there's many fewer energy relics, I basically have to devote an entire turn to playing this, and that's a tough sell. Demon Form is difficult for me. I like it, but I don't know if it's good enough. Yeah, like, I feel like at a higher ascension it's probably just really bad. Because right now it feels on the edge where it's hard to choose often. It's scaling, though. Yeah, but scaling is a lot less important in Slay the Spire over something like Monster Train. Like, Monster Train, like, scaling is the name of the game. In Slay the Spire, just having, like, decent value can be all you need. I kind of want the Bloodletting. I don't have draw to really make it useful, though. I'm going to take it, though. I'm pretty confident I'm going to be disappointed in it. Fine, I'll upgrade it. I probably shouldn't, but here we are. I'll play it. We'll take a little bit of damage. I'm probably going to heal after this anyways, so taking a little bit of damage isn't that big a deal to me. Demon Form is worse now. No Reaper, no Heavy Blade, no Pummel. You know, I did totally forget that there's no Heavy Blade and Pummel and all that. I did observe that there's no Reaper. I had been waiting in case I just hadn't encountered it, but I am pretty confident that, yeah, it's just not there anymore. Which is a little disappointing that those cards aren't in, but that's fine. I don't think I care about Unrelenting, maybe. I will take another Breakthrough. And then we'll heal. It just seems useful when I'm about to go into multiple elites. Gambling Chip is not bad, especially if I can get like something that gives me extra energy on turn 1. Okay, let's hopefully get the Bash or the Demon Form. Nope. Yeah, I should have maybe just done the Snecko Oil. Okay, well, here's the deal. Not what I was hoping for. Really wanted this to go down so I could do the Bash and the Demon Form at the same time. Also, would have been nice not to be taking 16 damage, but whatever, fine. We take damage. Okay, and now you're not vulnerable. Like, at least this means they'll kill him on my first attack, and then I can, like, break through onto his minions, and that's pretty decent. This shit is annoying, though. Fine. Goodbye, a bunch of health. I normally am not concerned with this fight at all, but, like, the last 2 times I fought it, this time and the last time, have been not good. Okay, well, take more damage, because I don't have any way to block even if I want to, which I would have, but oh well, fine. Like, it's not totally surprising since I have skewed my deck pretty heavily towards attacks, but it still was annoying. I don't think we want Anger. Anger's just such a weird card. I'm just gonna skip those. We are going here, and we are going to heal as much as I would love to avoid it. Alright, well, time to face race Burdonis. Okay. Let's at least take a little less damage from you. I don't think I need the demon form, especially because when I draw into like the dismantle again, it's gonna be a ton of damage. So let's just do damage and take a little less. Like, the vulnerable lasting for 3 turns is pretty big for us. There we go. Not too bad. The Lantern with the Gambling Chip is appealing. Molten Fist is probably unnecessary. Havoc is interesting. I don't know that I want it, but like it is interesting. I suppose it would be probably more interesting in a world with like Headbutt, but we'll skip. I did forget about this one. Wood carvings. Alright, so Bird, choose 1 starter card to transform into Peck. 2 damage 3 times. That's not bad for us. You can draw this card, randomize its cost from 0 to 3. Yeah, I think we have to do that. Choose 1 starter card to transform to Torque Toughness. 5 block and 5 block at the start of the next 2 turns. I mean, I like that. Again, would really love if I could see what the fucking upgrades of these are. Like, the pack is cool, but we really want to do this on Demon Form. You place the snake carving upon the pedestal, and the statue's scales light up. You feel a bit warm, comfortable, and wobbly. Oh boy, it's him again. Disappointing. We really wanted the Bash and the Dismantle or the Demon Form, or both. Why? Go fuck yourself. The 2 times I have randomized Demon Form, and it's just been the max possible. Why? Why do you do this to me? Yeah, it feels bad, let me tell you. Okay, let's just accept the damage so I can get that guy lower. Because I have 2 breakthroughs. Slay Spire, best game confirmed. Oh boy. Gosh, really hoping to get both of those. Alright, well, I'm still taking damage, but we're just mitigating it some. Anyways, the breakthrough is going to kill 2 of these guys, and then I just need any 1 attack to kill the other. And there we go. Okay. Not the worst, not the best. Fine. Red Skull is not terrible for us. Start of your turn, put a random attack from your discard pile into your hand and upgrade it. I I do like that. I don't know that we want it, though. I also like the Rage, but that would work a lot better if I had more ways to, like, draw cards, which I don't. I'm just gonna take the Rage, I guess. I'm just gonna upgrade this. Like, yeah, I'm not healing, but I think that'll be fine, especially since I will be able to get the... I kind of want to let that stay in hand, but nope. Thank you for actually cooperating for once. God damn. I forgot that was going to trigger the Centennial puzzle. Well, that was cute. Just deciding if I want to use the power potion. I don't think I need to. Okay, we'll not do it. Yeah, I forget that you make me frail, which isn't that big a deal. I'm mostly just face tanking things anyways. And going down to half health gets me the extra strength. I don't really like you weakening me, I will say that. This is less pleasing. Okay, let's use this now. I maybe have been too big on the hubris. Yeah, should have done this earlier. Fine, whatever. Also, probably should be killing the minions. But I haven't fought this boss all that often, and so I still don't have a real good sense of how much I need to be focusing on them. But yeah, he's just dead. Alright, whatever. Fine. Turns out Dismantle, pretty strong. Feed is kind of cute. Kind of want that. Kind of want the Pyre. Unmovable for some game block from a card each turn. Double the amount gained. I mean, I do like that, but... maybe I want the Pyre, even though it's kind of a pain in the ass to play. I mean, like, Feed is nice. I just don't know that I care. We'll just take the Pyre, I guess. He says begrudgingly. Transform 3 cards, then upgrade them. Elites drop an additional relic when defeated. Transform all strikes and defends. Well, this is an interesting set of options. Definitely is a good idea to kill the minions first, especially at higher ascension, although with Demon Fire in turn 1 isn't as big of an issue, clearly. Yeah, like, I'm not surprised that that's the case. I do think I need to just start focusing them. Hello, how go the runs? Well, we had a really bad start where I just kept losing to my own hubris. But then we did some shenanigans things. It's going alright overall. How you doing, by the way, Jank Shank? Also, how you doing, Vihelios? I don't know. I'm not super excited here. Box. I mean, I was considering it, but it's just too much chaos for me. I think I'm probably happier transforming, like, 2 strikes and a defend or something. Yeah. Alright, what do you got for me? Okay. Fine. not my favorite set of things. Especially since I have basically nothing to do with the Dark Embrace. Like, technically, it works with some of the curses that enemies give me and all that, but mostly it doesn't do anything for me. I think we're maybe going something like this, so we can hit a shop and stuff. Probably like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Also, totally forgot that I have letter opener. It has not been relevant. Had a nice 3 rotating streak going on Ascension 10 before losing 4 straight. On a 2-win Necros streak, though, so at least that's the thing, I guess. Fair enough. Well, sort of helpful. I did forget that I had the extra energy this turn. Well, unfortunately he's not vulnerable, but I also forgot that I draw extra cards with the Centennial Puzzle when I do that. Even though we already saw that happen before. Well, he's almost dead. Good morning, everybody. What's going on in here? How you doing, Kaino? And it's going all right. Mostly. I will take my dismantle back because I do like it. It lingers on screen too long. We're going to do the Pommel Strike, especially in a world where I took the Pyre. Like, having some draw to make the extra energy more worth it seems nice. Well, thanks for not helping. I will still do this to draw the extra things. Yeah, okay. I was hoping to get the Rage earlier. Okay, well, there we go. Last run had Innate, Retain, Hang with triple Grave Blast to bring it back. Had Transfigure to double it up eventually, too. What does Transfigure do? Either way, that is pretty shenanigans. Stilled Chaos, play the top 3 cards of your draw pile. Well, sure. Juggling, I kind of like. I really wish that Juggling made temporary copies. That's what I want. Unfortunately, it's not what it does. I think I'm going to skip. It's permanent. Yeah. I mean, not permanent for, like, the entire run, but it lasts for the rest of the battle. And so your deck starts being kind of bloated, which is sort of okay, but it's not ideal. Grit seems good here. I mean, I probably should have taken it. I didn't, but random power or random 0 cost card. Well, I'll take the 0. I'll take another Rage. I still have not done anything with Perfected Strike. Don't think we're going to. The Grapple is okay. The Stampede is sort of interesting. Mummified Hand is sort of appealing. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to use, like, Pyre and Demon Form. Yeah, Juggling seems like hot garbage to me unless enabling infinite things. The beta build heavily nerfs infinite things, but doesn't do anything like Juggle vaguely playable. So I've had Juggle be pretty okay. But yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird. Bloated. We would know what that is, especially after that 16 genetic algorithms deck and the 40 plus thick silent deck. Hey, it wasn't 40 plus. It was exactly 40 cards. Oh, yeah. Gold Axe is, like, interesting. I don't know that it's worth me buying here. I really wish the shop prices were on the whole reduced in this game. Again, it's like fine balance-wise, but I like being able to alter my deck more, and Slay the Spire really goes out of its way to try not to let me alter the deck as much as I want. 16 genetic algorithm sounds like a delightfully awful time. It was good. They were each blocking for like 30 to 50, so, you know, worked out just fine. Plus, we were just building up some Dark Orbs and doing other things, and we had Echo Form as well, and so we could also double play out a genetic algorithm if we really needed to. We had a couple fights where we drew like really poorly, and it took forever, but for the most part, it was good. I do kind of want the Stampede. I think we want Mummified Hand, though. The thing is, I don't know that I really need it, whereas like Stampede does actually help. Whatever, fine. Take the Mummified Hand. I can't do a removal. Yada, yada, yada. Here we are. These guys can hit for a fair amount. Yeah, I probably didn't actually need to do this, but here we are. Oh, fuck you and you're toxic, you son of a bitch. Well, that's free to play, I guess. I just wanted to do the damage to them. I am taking a fair bit of damage in return. Oh well, fine. Here we are. My only real clone run was on Prepared before the beta branch changed. Had 16 by the end. It was great. It was awful. Don't want to do it again. I mean, that's similar to what we were doing with Silent mere moments ago. God, it's just not quite enough. Alright, fine. We'll do this the other way. Alright, well, take a little bit more damage, take even more damage. Slither on Demon Form is awesome. Never seem to have any high cost cards when I see the event. Yeah, it's nice, like, we're not putting it to perfect use, but it is pleasing. Oh, hey, we actually procced a letter opener for, like, the first time. Honestly, keep forgetting that I have it. I will skip those, even though maybe I shouldn't, but we will. Sure. Should I have sat there and considered my options a little more? Maybe, but I didn't. Well, you're not the best for me, but hey. The Dark Embrace sort of helps. Okay, luckily it hit the correct target. I am kind of fucking myself. Well, so be it. Kind of miss the varying downsides on the bigger Niao bonuses. Curse to pick a rare is just bleh. I mean, I don't like downsides on any bonuses. I mean, it's fine if used sparingly. On the whole, really dislike that sort of general design of Slay the Spire, though. Like, that is not my thing at all. I am perfectly happy if they want to move away from that. And just allow you to get reasonable bonuses without a downside attached. I do think we probably want Distilled Chaos. Fine. Parrying Shield seems underwhelming. Spite is definitely what we want. I forget what the beta changes Spite into. I know it got changed. Well, that would have been nice to get slightly earlier. Okay, I think we want to heal just for safety. Even now, I still forget that this guy exists. I personally like the trade-offs for the bigger bonuses with smaller ones being free, but I get your point of view. I just don't... So, in general, and again, the caveat here being that there are exceptions, obviously, I think if done well or used sparingly, it's perfectly fine to have things outside the scope. But in general, what I really prefer is I prefer difficulty to be external rather than internal. Like, for instance, games that I really like, or, well, a category of games I really like are games that give you incredible powers and then still make it difficult. Like, for instance, Beautiful Joe, where you literally can slow down time, you can speed up time and make speed clones, you can do all these other things, you can reflect bullets, yada yada yada. You have superhero powers, and yet the game is still difficult. Like, I much prefer that over something where my character just can't do a lot, and I have to be very precise with minimal options. I was really hoping to get armor from Rage, or to get the bash up. Well... let's do this. I mean, at least I get a little bit of block this way, I guess. I'm just trying to not take a ton of damage. Yeah, I really could have used this earlier. But anyways, yeah, I don't particularly like the design sense of the game expecting you, this is more the case with Slay the Spire 1, but the game, like, expects you to get extra energy, but you have to take a curse to do it, basically. And not an explosive curse, but, you know, like a downside, something that plagues you for the rest of the run. I don't find that very fun. I don't find that very interesting. I think downsides like that are better when it feels like more of an actual choice rather than something you're going to run into on every single run all the time. We'll skip those. We definitely don't need to block this turn. We'll just ditch all of those. I was really hoping it's going to hit the bash, but the dismantle is also okay. Oh, Demon Form is not 3! Yeah, we've had it hit nicely a couple times. But yeah, on the whole, it's not been great. This is not a turn that we wanted, particularly. Well, time to take some damage, I guess. And so we're not going to bother hitting this guy. Oh, I did forget that I had the rage up, so at least it's not as bad. Yeah, still not great for us on the whole. Body slam about to do work. Well, it would have if we had him survive long enough, but yes. I think that's more of a thematic decision, though. If the difficulty is ultimately about the same either way, it's more about presentation. But yeah, it doesn't feel great that the Niao options without downsides are pretty underwhelming. I wouldn't say thematic downside, because there is real like difference in how in where difficulty comes from. Like, yes, it might net end up at the same difficulty, but it definitely gives a very different feeling on how a run plays out, especially in something like a roguelike deck builder. Or, like, I'm trying to think of a good example game to compare this to. Yeah, I don't know. I had a point to make, but I don't quite have the words for it right now. But yeah, again, I'm not saying that design is like inherently bad. I'm saying I personally don't like it. What am I doing here? I mean, Sword Boomerang is pretty solid for us. Another Pyre is cute, but really not that helpful unless I have more card draw. I will take a Sword Boomerang, I guess. Yeah, goodbye health. Okay, I think we're gonna fight the Elite, even though it's a bit sketch to do so. I really need to upgrade that Pommel Strike. I was kind of hoping to hit the Pyre, but oh well. Well, I was hoping to get Rage so I wouldn't be taking a bunch of damage this turn, but that didn't happen. Oh well. To me, it doesn't feel all that different from foregoing champion paths from the start in Monster Train. You pick a solid benefit knowing you're passing up something else. I think that's very different from what I'm describing. Like, the champion paths do something very different. Like, yes, you're not getting the benefit of the other champion path, but it's not saying, like, by taking this champion path, now all of your other units get minus 10 attack or get minus 10 HP or whatever. Like, that... The champion paths give you generally something to build towards, something you can build around. They give you a positive benefit rather than taking away an option. Like, if... I'm not describing this very well, but yeah, I just don't see it that way. Yeah, I took so much damage on this fight. Like, I'm not surprised that I took a lot of damage, but it does feel bad. Okay, let's see where the Sword Boomerang hits. Well, let's knock you out. So I am blocking it off, and then I just need to kill both, except that you already died. Okay, well, let's just not take damage. God, I'm very low on health. But that's fine. Sure, I'll take the pillage, I guess. I have to heal here, I think, even though I really would like to upgrade some cards. And on the whole, don't feel like we've really gotten great benefit from all the elites that we fought. Also, keep forgetting that parrying shield. Okay, well, let's try to get our setup cards. Thank you, Demon Form. Thank you for cooperating. Okay. I was really hoping I was going to get Bash. Let's still try to get Bash, actually. Nope. Okay. I was really hoping that I could get it so then I could do the Unrelenting on it. That would have been really nice. So I could play out the Sword Boomerang, or I can wait until Bash shows up next turn. But I also do get the bunch of extra energy. We'll just do this. That's fine. There's a stark difference between picking between two advantages and picking between a combined downgrade plus upgrade and nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now this draws me a card. Don't know how helpful that actually is. I do kind of want to play it, but I also don't want to give up on the chance to do the Dismantle. So we're going to play the Dismantle. I am taking damage. Oh well, so be it. That's fine. That's why we healed. I have already taken a fair bit of damage, though, despite the healing, which I didn't love. This is a disappointing turn, as some might call it. But fine. Yeah, I don't love the Frail and the Weak. At least the Frail doesn't affect their Rage. Okay, so that one comes out free. And then we just kind of murder your ass, and then I forget that I should have attacked you first. And so we're not going to play the other cards because you have block, and that would not have been helpful. When I'm allowed to do my thing, my deck is pretty strong. I mean, it doesn't hurt that I've got ever-increasing attack, but still. I really would love to get rid of the defense and just have more rages. And yes, I did do that wrong. No, it doesn't really matter. And it's free for the whole combat. Thrash is cute. I do like Offering. I think Offering is probably worth taking for us. Yeah, we'll take the Offering. Again, it's more cards I need to upgrade. Oh, look, it's the Queen again. I feel like I see Queen like at least 50% more often than the others. I mean, Glam is cool. Don't know that we need it. Definitely don't think I need 999 gold. If you could actually buy more than one card removal at a shop, that might be a different story, but you can't. For the card you play each turn is free. I do like that. Fine, sure, whatever. I don't know how good we're actually going to get out of it, but that's okay. I might just dodge most of the elites. Well, either way, I think we're starting here. Think of the Signet Rings, 3 relics of the shop plus a bit extra. Yeah, I do realize that. I just also am not sure I care. Okay, it's a little sketch, but we'll do it this way. Okay, and then this is also free to play. And so we take a bit of damage, but we killed one of them turn 1, which wasn't bad. Well, I kind of gotta do this. Alright, well, he's almost dead, and there he goes. I still did come out with a net loss, but it wasn't too bad. I kind of want Second Wind. It's a bit weird for me. But it does give me a chance to just exhaust, like, all of my remaining defense, of which there's not that many. Yeah, I just wish they would have gotten rid of the Slay the Spire 1 energy relics completely. And yes, that is more what I'm talking about, mostly, is that sort of design. Like, if you're talking about more of things just like, you know, lose some max HP to remove a card, things like that, I don't mind that so much. I really dislike the things that are like, gain 1 energy, but can't gain gold for the entire run. Yada, yada, yada. Anyways, it's really just, do I want Second Wind? And I think the answer is no. I think it still just doesn't help me the way that I kind of want it to. Okay. Panache is sort of okay for me. Gusari Gama is fine. I look forward to Bowler Hat no longer being a shop option because it just feels stupid. The Pillage is okay. Yeah, I like the Niao trade-offs I can do without the old energy relic trade-offs, hoping they make Darf more interesting eventually. I think they're not going to, though I really strongly just want them to get rid of Darf. Like, I've ranted about this multiple days, so we don't really need to hear me talk about it again, but it's so frustrating that, like, I was so happy that they had moved away from that sort of design. And I like the new Ancients for the most part a lot better. There's a couple of choices here and there that I still don't like, and I'm not, like, wild about Vaku's design for the most part, but on the whole, like, I think they're much cooler. And then they still just put them back in anyways. Like, if you're going to move away from that, just fucking commit. Just get rid of them completely. Don't put them back into the pool. Like, somebody on the dev team likes that design. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been in the game in the first place. But, like, clearly they think that it is not the best design for the majority of what they're doing. So just commit. Just get rid of them completely. I actually think the way they've implemented them is a decent way to placate the forum sycophants there in the game, but much less prevalent. I mean, yes, it's a better compromise, but also, just get rid of them. Just get rid of them. Like, how to phrase this? I don't think it's even, like, a very good compromise, because on the whole, they seem to be balancing the game around the expectation that you're not going to be getting extra energy regularly. And so, having some extra energy relics in the pool, in the boss pool, puts it in a much weirder state where it's harder for them to balance around you always having like 3 energy, except for like some conditional relics like Lantern, which gives you 1 at the start, or like Happy Flower, which gives you 1 every couple turns, or things like that are much more limited. It's just much weirder for them to balance around you most of the time having 3 energy and sometimes having 4 energy every turn. Like, it's not the biggest deal, but it does feel like a failing. I'd like an Ancient that can appear in multiple acts, so I like that aspect of Darv. I like that he has cool stuff like Pandora's Box and Pyramid. Why are Ectoplasm and Choker still there? Leave them in the past. I don't particularly like Pandora's Box, but that's because I hate Transform as a mechanic. But, yeah. I'm sort of okay with an Ancient that can appear in multiple acts, but again, I feel like it goes against the strengths of the Ancient system, which is that you have the relic pools more restricted, more refined, so that there's still a lot of variance because they each have like a pretty large pool that they can offer, and obviously you don't know which Ancient you're going to go up against or you're going to be offered. I kind of wish that you did know, like, that they put the Ancient, like a marker for which Ancient on the prior map. Or that they just revealed the fucking map for every act at the beginning of the game. Really wish they would do that. I know they're never going to, but I wish they would. Or more specifically, at least, like, tell me the Ancient, tell me the boss of each act. But yeah, I think it actually works against the strength of the Ancient system to have an Ancient that can just show up in any of them. It just doesn't sit well with me. Anyways, we're getting rid of this. The Gusari Gama is kind of cute because I do play a lot of attacks. I think I maybe want Panache. You know what? Sure. I don't think it's necessary, but I think it's reasonably easy for us to play out and get benefit from. Well, definitely not the card I was hoping. I was really hoping to get... I am blocking exactly enough, though. But I was hoping to get Breakthrough so I could do AoE damage, and so I could draw the extra cards off of... not Runic Period, Centennial Puzzle. Okay, don't hate the bash being Mind's Cost. I was going to play the Breakthrough, but I don't actually need to play the Breakthrough. Well, let's not take damage in the fight for once. Feels good. It's nice to finally have my potion belt filled. Hell from Beyond, I was going to say, I don't think I've seen this, but I definitely have. I just was looking at the art wrong. 21 damage to all enemies. Start of your turn. Plays from the exhaust pile. It's cute. I don't have good ways to use it, though. Like, it's sort of fine in that I can still play it relatively easy with a Brilliant Scarf, but I don't think I care, since I just don't have ways to exhaust it. Revealing the full seed map maybe would have worked in the original, but now you have stuff like the treasure map and Golden Path that manipulate the map. Could still be beneficial, but would feel a bit weird that it could change. I think that's a relatively minor concern in the grand scheme of things. And either way, mostly what I'm talking about is just revealing the Ancient and the boss of each zone, rather than revealing the entire map. I Again, I prefer a game that gives the player more agency and more information so they can make more informed choices rather than, like, Slay the Spire in so many ways pushes players towards making samey generalist decks. And as much as I enjoy this game, that is not something I enjoy about it. Sure, I'll keep the offering, I guess. I'll draw so many cards. Okay, so now this is free to play, which then carries over into making the next one free to play. Would have been nice to have gotten that panache earlier, but that's okay. I'm just avoiding playing at the breakthrough because I don't really need to take the damage. And, you know, I did 170 damage on turn 1. Wasn't bad. It was actually more than that because he started out with block. Well, I take less damage by doing that, so that's what we do. I don't really need Fight Me, but I'll take it. I probably shouldn't take it, but I am taking it because that's just what we're doing. I really like Offering going up. Kind of like Fight Me going up. Certainly a lot better that way. Panache is fine. I think we want to do the Pommel Strike or the Rage. We'll do this. Yeah, that's one of its issues. Because of lack of information and Slay the Spire that will won the same act for every time, you ultimately have to prepare for everything so you don't have to prepare for anything unusual or exclude anything you won't see. Yes. And again, there are people who like that. And again, it's not altogether an explicitly bad design. I don't like that, though. I like being able to specialize my deck. I like being able to build around threats. And, like, you do still have to prepare for other things. Like, for instance, in Monster Train, where you get to know the major bosses, you don't know which of the minor bosses you're going to fight, and those are still pretty important. Tungsten Rod is okay. Sir, is that a spike diet or a regular one? Ooh, man. I guess I'll do it like this. Okay, so we do that, which then makes this cost 0. And then I have a bunch of powers that make everything else cost 0, and I have so much energy this turn. Could have used that earlier for sure. Yeah, I don't really need to be taking the damage. I forgot that I have Tungsten Rod, so I'm already not taking damage from those. So never mind. And then we do another 60 damage with that, and he's almost dead. Our deck certainly got a lot better. Unfortunately, we're about to draw into those slimes, which is less exciting, but hey. Does not matter. Could have played out the demon form and gotten the kill with the letter opener, right? I have no idea. Well, don't know which point we're talking about at this point. We'll skip the aerobic acid, even though it's fine. I will take another sword boomerang, I guess. I maybe should be fighting elites, but I'm just trying to be a little cautious. Well, I keep forgetting that you can't back out of this once you select it. Fine, we'll just do Panache. It draws some extra cards. I kind of want to do the Sharp on one of the Sword Boomerangs. Doesn't really matter, though. I'm getting so much strength from the Demon form that it's not really comparable. Well, I can tell you now that I was correct. Fair enough. Alright, we'll do the Rage. Whatever. Especially in Monster Train 2, some of those minor bosses counter certain builds super hard. Yeah, kind of. It's still the case with Monster Train 1 that's the case. But yeah, there are some like really bad matchups in Monster Train 2. For instance, like Ajax, when you are doing Pyrogel-centric things, can be really bad. Among a variety of other things. Alright, doesn't matter that we gave him strength, because we just murdered his ass right after. So you would like if you know by every fight which enemy you fight? No, that's not exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I just want to know the bosses, really. I think it's fine to have some ambiguity, but if you're going... So, let me take a step back. The reason this is particularly important is because of the design sense of the bosses in Slay the Spire. Which is to say that a lot of the bosses tend pretty heavily towards, like, aiming to hard counter certain builds. Same with the elites to a lesser degree, but, like, that's the main design sense of bosses in Slay the Spire. And so what that means is that you are, especially at Ascension 20, where you have to fight 2 of the 3 final bosses, it is very difficult for you to heavily build into a certain archetype. And so instead, you're heavily encouraged to be building just kind of a mishmash of multiple things, so that if you do go up against, you know, the boss that would counter what you wanted to do, then you're not ruined by them. And so what I would like is that if you are going to do bosses that heavily counter builds, you give players more of a warning that that's the case, so they have like the whole run to build around that, so that they can either choose to not build into like shivs if they're going against Time Eater, or if they do see some like good things for shivs, they can make a more informed decision around, okay, this is a great build that will get me through Act 1 and 2, but am I willing to still take that knowing that I have to face Time Eater later? And you can make more interesting, impactful choices around that, rather than just having to say, well, there's like a 60% chance that I'm going to fight Time Eater, so I just have to... Like, I can't build a Shiv deck that is all about Shivs. Again, there's more nuance to it than that, but, like, that's why that matters to me. And, like, again, it's fine to have, like, bosses that heavily counter things. And I think that also works pretty well with not knowing what the elites are, but knowing what the bosses are. Again, similar to, like, Monster Train 2. Because it does still put that pressure on you, knowing that, like, if you're going to route into elites, like, you have to be aware that, like, you might fight one of the elites that's really bad for you. And so it, again, puts that interesting pressure on you around, like, well, I know that my build is going to work well against the upcoming bosses, but do I risk fighting the elites knowing that they might be a really bad matchup for me or not? I would certainly agree in Slay the Spire 1, but I feel like Slay the Spire 2 bosses mostly are less anti-build. Beta build Door Maker is, well, hopefully it doesn't see the light of day. Yeah, I haven't played against it. From what I've heard, that sounds awful. And again, I will agree that it feels like the Slay the Spire 2 bosses are less like that. I am not holding my breath, though, in that, especially with what we've seen a beta build Door Maker, I feel like they're liable to lean back into that same design. So yeah. Anyways, for this actual turn, we're doing this. We're gonna stack some HP because I need to do that. Yeah, we do this. And then we have a whole lot of cards in hand. Okay, so then this is free, and then it also minus costs another card. Okay. Okay, so he's dead. Turns out our deck is pretty good. I don't really want to do the breakthrough if I can avoid it, so we're not going to. I was hoping to draw, but it's still decent for me. Alright, well, we'll just murder you, because I have way more damage than necessary. Yeah, I mean, that just kind of murders him. We don't have to pay the penalty either way, and then they're dead, and yada yada, here we are. We're just that good. I'm not really applying Vulnerable all that often, but I do like Cruelty, so we'll take Cruelty. Yeah, it's a little concerning, especially considering we have 2 full alternate acts of elites and bosses yet to be filled out. Hoping they don't lean too far into the oops, pick the wrong build this run tendencies one had. I think they're going to, though, because again, like, a lot of people say that's a strength for Slay the Spire. I strongly disagree, and I feel like there's enough other deck builders that have come out since that I think kind of reaffirms that feeling. Like, there are plenty of other deck builders that have come out since Slay the Spire that have shown that you can do things like give the player more information or not build so heavily into, like, hard counter bosses and still have a fun and challenging and interesting game. And so, but again, given the Slay the Spire fan base and just the fact that, like, those are the design decisions that were made for Slay the Spire 1 in the first place, does not give me hope that they're going to move away from that fully in Slay the Spire 2. Which, for example, I mean, Vaults of the Void is my, like, favorite example of a deck builder that gives players as much, like, information and agency as possible. In just, like, a lot of ways. Lets you know what final bosses you're going to be up against for the most part. Lets you know what bonuses you can get for beating those bosses. Lets you see a lot of info when routing map. Lets you show what cards you're going to get from each battle that you fight, which is part of what makes the routing in that game so interesting. Wolves of what? Vault of the Void. V-A-U-L-T. It lets you know what enchantments you're going to be able to put on cards and in what order you're going to get them. It also gives players more agency in a lot of other ways. Like, you can freely swap in and out cards from your deck at any point. You have to have 20 cards at all times, but, like, you can take cards essentially speculatively so that if you see things later that are going to work out, or if you want, like, a tech card for a certain boss or for, like, an elite or whatever, then you can have it that you can swap in when you want. You can even swap them in right before the battle begins, unless you turn on certain Ascension modifiers that disable the information. But even then, like, the Ascension modifiers, it uses a point system, and so different Ascension modifiers are worth different points, and you just have to add up to a certain total. So you can take things that, like, adhere to the playstyle that you personally enjoy, or other things, yada, yada, yada. Like, there's just so many ways in which Vault of the Void tries to give agency to the player and tries to give information to the player, and I really enjoy that. And it's still a challenging game. It's still a complex and fun game. I would also say that the mechanics and card pool are generally a lot more interesting and fun than Slay the Spire 2. I would be more optimistic if not for the Doormaker beta. This kind of boss that would be tolerable if you had information beforehand, but just so suffocating for a lot of builds. I like this design, to be honest, just not when it's a boss you only have one active foresight to prepare for. Yeah, and again, that's sort of what I am like talking about at the most like core of what I'm discussing. Is like, if you want to make a boss like that, that's not inherently bad, but I should have adequate time to prepare for it. And, like, again, people will make the argument, like, oh, well, you know that it's a possibility that you'll fight it, so just always prepare with it in mind. But, like, that's not particularly fun. Because, again, it leads to you making a lot of the same choices on any given run, because it sort of just is the optimal choice. Since you don't know what you're going to fight, you have to... If you were going for, like, win streaks and just, like, highest win percentage, you have to act under the same assumptions all the time. Sounds interesting. Sounds kind of similar to another deck builder I know. Yeah, I really like Vaults of the Void. And again, there's plenty of other examples of this to one degree or another. But Vaults of the Void is a game that I look very favorably upon. Well, that would have been helpful earlier, but fine. Yeah, it didn't really hit where I wanted that to hit. And we are going to take some damage here. I mean, that's fine. I can take damage. That's okay. Okay. Well, let's play some things and do some things. Keep forgetting that I prevent myself from taking damage with that. Alright, we'll do this, even though I'd kind of like to not take the damage. But it's not a big deal, and on the whole, this is good for me. Also, that was massive overkill, and I probably should have done that differently, but that's okay. Alright, and then one of them dies to the shield. Let's play something, do something. What the most informative sentence? Yeah. Yep. Just trying to keep up with what I'm doing. I don't think I need another dexterity potion, because a lot of my block is not coming from actual blocks. Which is to say, most of my block is not coming from blocks. The spite is actually a lot less good for me in a world where I have tungsten rod, so I'm gonna not do that. That is the option. You can build a pool or have a random pool. You see all bosses and all modification before you start. And when you start, you see on the map every enemy, how many of them there are, which rewards they give, which modifications are by them. If you are more likely to get common, uncommon, rare, guaranteed rare cards, you really get extremely much information. You really get everywhere. Yeah. I don't know if you're talking about that other game or if you're talking about Vaults of the Void, but yeah, in general, I guess we'll just upgrade the cruelty. That's fine. And again, I'm not saying every game needs to be like that. I'm not even saying most games need to be like that. But I do think it is a fun, good design in a lot of situations. Read about beta Doormaker. Yeah, very not smart design. Yeah, again, I haven't played it but from what I know of it, it exhausts like the 10th card you draw, every 10th card you draw, which is just sounds awful. Yeah, I should maybe wait on this. That's not Vaults of the Void. That's another deck builder I really much love, but it sounds very similar. Both very cool. What game are you talking about? I feel like the boss problem is just going to get worse once the alternate Act 3 is added. You have to plan to face double bosses from either variation, which super limits your builds. Yeah, agreed. Which is why I think that they, bare minimum, should tell you which acts you're going to face. What I think they really should do is tell you which bosses you're going to fight. I don't think they're going to, because I think there's too many people in the Slay the Spire like community who would fight against that for one reason or another. But whatever, I think it would make the game better. Alright, let's do this. Well, didn't get the fight me down, but that's okay. Alright, we'll do this. And I will start hurting her instead of her buddy for reasons. I should actually start with this because it gives me strength. Okay, we're going to do this, and then we'll end on Unrelenting, so our next attack is free still. I'm talking about Breach Wanderers. Gotcha. I know about Breach Wanderers. I haven't played it. I'd considered playing it, but I did not get around to that. Well, I guess we want to do the Pillage so we can draw some cards, even though I hate to give up the Vulnerable from the Bash. Especially now that I have played, well, fine. It wasn't incredibly helpful. Maybe they're being arrogant and think they can create 6 bosses that are mostly balanced that don't overly narrow builds, but this seems like an impossibly tall order. Oh, no, I mean, again, yeah, maybe they think they can do it. I strongly disagree. I think that's an unreasonable expectation, to say the least. Yeah, that's gonna hurt some. Might just do the Touch of Insanity on this. I should be doing it on the Bash. Or the Fight Me. That's fine. We'll do it on this right now, just so I can play it. And yes, I should probably be killing her minion, but where's the fun in that? But Vaults of the Void sounds kind of interesting, too. I think I might look into that. It sounds cool. Yeah, it is my second favorite deck builder. I like it quite a bit. Again, it might just draw into the Rage, but I think we want to do the Pillage. Okay, that wasn't bad. Unfortunately, I can't, like, draw off the Spite anymore, which is a little annoying, but it's not a big deal. Oh, jeez. Oh, second, your favorite was Monster Train, right? Yeah. Second or third, Monster Train 1, 2, and Vaults. I mean, I just lump Monster Train together because, like, they're both good. There's not really any reason right now to play Monster Train 1 instead of Monster Train 2. I mean, like, there kind of are, but for the most part, I've played enough Monster Train 1. I'm plenty happy to just play Monster Train 2 at this point. Like, similarly, I will put Slay the Spire 1 and 2 on the same spot on the list for the most part. Like, if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty, like, yes,
there are arguments to be made that they're meaningfully different in a number of ways, and yada yada yada. They're close enough that I think it's a good shorthand. Anyways, there we go. That was not too hard. Woo. I should play Vaults of the Void at some point myself, because each time I try to watch a video on YouTube, I don't understand a lot of what's happening. Yeah, it's a little hard. I used to stream it, and I would like to stream it more. It's just that there have been other things I want to play. But like, they released a new character, and I still haven't gotten around to playing it, even though they seem really cool. Also, as an aside, like, I love the devs for Vaults of the Void. They're very responsive. I like that they are very, not eloquent, but they're very willing to talk about their design process and like why things are the way that they are and yada yada yada. And just like, they're very receptive to feedback. They care very strongly about the game. They're very passionate. Love talking to the devs of Vaults of the Void. My main gripe with Monster Train 1 and 2 is the super OP keyword sweep is kind of nuts. Yeah, I really wish that sweep was toned down. And by that, I mean, I just wanted them to make it rarer. And for the most part, they did in Monster Train 2. But then, like, they had the opportunity to, like, strip sweep away from, like, Cold Kalia and Icy Silophyte, and maybe even one or both of the Awoken sweep units. And then they didn't. And so we still have Cold Kalia and Icy Silophyte essentially having a strike effect that doesn't matter. Technically it does, but for the most part, especially for Cold Kalia, doesn't fucking matter. Because the only relevant text on their card is basically sweep. And I really dislike that. And you know, like, compare that to Glareminder in Wormkin, which they did remove sweep from, and they completely changed it into a different card. And turns out it's a really cool card, and people like it and are very happy with that change. Like, I feel like that maybe points to the success of reworking problematic cards. I know they understand it's busted, the sweep equipment locks and power, but sweep on non-power limited units is just crazy. I mean, kind of, yes. Like, they did a number of things to make sweep not as powerful in Monster Train 2, and so I think it is not quite so much of a problem as people often make it out to be. It is still a very strong keyword, obviously, and I do think the game would be better with sweep being less prevalent, or even removed altogether, but I don't think you can remove sweep at this point. But I do think you could definitely remove it from, like, Cold Kalia and Icy Silophyte. You could maybe even, like, at base, give it a modifier where sweep does, like, half damage. I don't know how I feel about that, but might actually even be doable. But on the whole, I'm okay with that being in the game. Like, one of the things I like so much about Monster Train is that there are so many different ways to solve problems and, like, build a winning deck. And so, like, yeah, sweep is one of those ways. There's plenty of things that are equally as powerful or even more powerful that are just making it incompatible with quick might help. I mean, maybe, but, like, again, while people really focus on quick sweep, there's plenty of ways to build sweep units to be very strong without quick. Like, there are tons of runs where I don't even consider quick as an option because that's just not relevant to my needs. It doesn't really address the main, like, strength of sweep. Like, yes, it gets rid of one common interaction that people, like, crutch on. But it doesn't, like, really reduce the power of sweep by, like, an insane amount. It does help curb its power for sure, but yeah. Anyways, I should probably stop there, but we're gonna do one more run. I do need to get up to get something first, though, and probably feed this cat. So I'll be back in a moment. We'll do one more run. We're probably doing Necrobinder next. Yeah. God, someday we'll get to Ascension 10. Anyways, I'll be back in a moment.
Alright, I'm back. I think sweep is more interesting when you have to solve other problems to make it powerful. Having it not be able to auto-answer strong backlaners would help, I think. I know a lot of runs already has different solutions that besides quick, but I think those are better scenarios than quick sweep solving everything. So, I get what you're saying. I don't think it's as cut and dry as that, though. Like, the sweep is still pretty much solving the backliner problem regardless of whether you have quick or not. Like, yes, it certainly helps. There are some times where it's very, very useful. And, like, Monster Train 2 sort of tries to tackle that by making the frontliners have dramatically higher HP. So, like, if you are trying to kill everything with your sweep unit, you still need to get its attack up to very high levels. Which basically none of the units that have sweep by base have scaling to help get them to that point. Like, technically, Husk Hermit does, but it's not like the fastest scaling by any means. And that is incompatible with quick for the most part if you are trying to do that. But anyways, yeah, I do think sweep is problematic, don't get me wrong, but I also don't think it's as, like, game-defining as people make it out to be. The HP being 66 is kind of funny. Yes, I do think it's cute. Anyways, let us Necrobinder it up. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to do the rare card, even though it's going to piss me off, and we all know it. I really hate transform as a mechanic. Yeah, fucking sacrifice. Again, it's not like a terrible card necessarily, but it's just not helpful or satisfying to get at the beginning like this. It's just not what I want my Niao bonus to be. So I have to fight an elite no matter what. No matter what. I think we're going, like, up through here. I do wish that I had more event, though. Alternatively, I can go here and I can fight just, like, event. I think actually maybe that's what I'm doing. Kind of wanted the shop a little further along, though. Reroll, not an actual suggestion. Yeah. God, what a terrible starting hand. I mean, specifically bad for the Shrinker Beetle. At least this has retain, so I don't have to keep redrawing it. But, like, fuck me, man. Alright, we'll at least try to prevent Aussie from losing too much HP, since that is by far my best way to do damage right now. There we go. Potion of Doom, apply Doom. Austin deals damage, add retain to your hand. Like, it's fine. It's not that exciting. Grave Blast, we probably want. Scourge, I also like a decent amount, but we'll take Grave Blast. Grave Warden is good. Whenever you apply debuff to an enemy, they take damage. I do like that. Why? Why does something like this exist? I just fucking hate this design sense. There's way too much transform in Slay the Spire. So is probably worth having. Deals 4 damage whenever you play a card that costs 2 or more. Return this to your hand. I just don't love this that much. I just feel like there's not enough 2-cost cards in Necrobinder for this to really feel good. Also, Afterlife being summon 6 and exhaust, like, feels a little underwhelming to me when your starting bodyguard is summon 5 and not exhaust. And, like, you can make the argument that exhausting is a positive here, and it kind of is, or at least can be. But it still just feels underwhelming that a card I have to draft and or buy is almost the same / often slightly worse than the card I start with. Honestly, I kind of wish I had the Festive Pauper. And yes, I am stalling. I think what we're doing is we're probably taking Grave Warden and removing a card. Right-hand hand needs more to actually matter. I guess there's Sikkim, but then you need to line it up along with the 2-cost card. Yeah, and that's the problem, is like it's just a lot of hoops to jump through for not being very good. If it worked with cards being above 2 cost that reduce their cost, then it would be much better. Still not like great, because there's only a few cards in Necrobinder that do that, but really help if I could remember the name of this card. Flatten, for instance, feels like it's designed specifically to work with that and doesn't. Because, like, deals damage, costs 0 if Aussie is attacked this turn, and so if you play the Flatten, it should bring that back. It doesn't. And partly I say this because if you look at whatever it's called, no idea what pool this is in. This one. The Intimidating Helmet. Intimidating Helmet works if the card is minus cost, as long as its base cost is that. And unless they change that, but last time I used it, that was the case. And so, like, it's weird to me that that works for Intimidating Helmet, but doesn't work for right-hand hand. I feel like it should be consistent, both for just consistency's sake, and also to make right-hand hand just feel better. Like, similarly with Dance Macabre, the power that gives you, I think, block whenever you play them in Necrobind. Anyways, the point is, it feels weird and like a missed opportunity. Sure, let's take this, let's remove something. Honestly, kind of want to get rid of the sacrifice. It's probably worth keeping around, though, even though it pisses me off. It'd be interesting if it was a tolerable rate at face value, but it's just abysmal. Yeah, it's bad. I've used it to okay effects occasionally, but it's just like its effect feels so weird and awkward. Like, there's just not enough things to support that adequately, at least not from what I've seen. Anyways, we're removing something. Kind of want to do the sacrifice. I think that's probably incorrect, even though it mostly just angers me. I think Dance Macabre mostly just needs a better rate on its block. They did buff parry on Regent on the beta branch, so it's not so embarrassing. Yeah, I mean, that's part of it, but also, like, if you're going to have 2-cost cards that minus cost themselves, or things that are even higher than 2 cost, like whatever that rare card is that got nerfed to being like 9 mana now. If you're going to have things like that that have built-in cost reductions, let them trigger those sorts of effects. Alright, fine, we'll do this. I think it's maybe a mistake, but that's what we're doing. Sure. Goodbye, defend, you're now a curse. Eventually we'll get rid of you. Blockade doing 3-cost cards always feels so terrible. Give up your whole turn in a lot of cases. I am blanking on what Blockade does, but yeah. Also, how you doing, 007? They did also nerf Dirge to exhaust now, though, so Dance Macabre has one less actual good card to work with. That is also true. 3 or 2 cost card that lets you carry over block and Ironclad. Ah, yeah. I gotcha. But yeah, it's just... Necrobinder, I think they're a cool class, but they do have a number of cards like that that feel just kind of out of place and really underwhelming. And I really just want them to not do that. Like, make the things work better with each other. Or remove them from the card pool. Anyways, this is why we took this, so now we can get back the Unleash. I almost clicked on the wrong card. That's fine. Reeve is fine. Reap is whatever. I think I want Veil Piercer, partly just because it does a decent amount of damage, and I'm really struggling for things that do decent amount of damage. I don't love that Slay the Spire encourages me to play that way, but it does. I maybe should do the Elite, but we're going to skip. I will take the Sword. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter for Osti. Yeah, I'll take the Chosen Cheese, I guess. Well, Veil Piercer is funny with Call of the Void, but I don't usually care for it otherwise. It seems largely underwhelming. Oh, okay. Well, I was going to, like, Aussie dies either way there, so I may as well just take less damage. Just try to get another attack here. Well, we didn't. And I didn't play the bodyguard before doing the attack, which would have been nice, but hey, that's okay. I forgot that I just reshuffled. And more specifically, I had that thought, and then I was like, no, I'm wrong. It's definitely in my graveyard. It was not. Specifically, I'm talking about the Unleash, which is what I wanted to get back. Doesn't matter. We're fine. Didn't take damage. We murdered him. It's all good. I mean, I do like Scourge, as was previously discussed. Would have liked it more if we had done Sleight of Flesh. We'll take this, I guess. That's what we're doing. I do kind of want to upgrade the Grave Blast. I think we're going to do this, though. Because it's harder to play. Technically, the Veil Piercer makes it easier to play, but still. Okay. Well, not sure how I feel about that, but gaining strength is interesting, I guess. Still not sure why Necro gets to start with a version of Barricade and Body Slam in the starting deck. Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. It is a little weird, though. Okay, we'll do this, I guess, and just get a strength. Not entirely sure how I feel about it. But here we are. Well, this is certainly a first turn. Yeah, let's save the Doom Potion. I could use the Doom Potion to just kill one of these guys. Oh boy, it's Temu Slavers. What? Not sure why that is the description they were being given, but fair. I do have extra energy this turn, which I need to remember. Okay, I guess we'll do it this way. Cat, what are you doing? You should stop. Slavers were 3 in Act 3 enemy, or 3 enemy in Act 2 Elite Slave Spire 1. Yeah, yeah. I did forget that was their name. These goobers are just doing their best impersonation. Yes, that makes sense, that they are the knockoff brand slavers. I get you. Well, I don't really want that. Invoke, I don't really want. And the Reap is fine. We're gonna not do that. I don't know that I've ever seen this. I feel like I must have, but couldn't tell you. Anyways, we have to take damage. That's fine. It's not an incredible amount of damage, but card draws like that are why I like Pale's Wing. I mean, that's totally fair. Well, at least we'll get rid of the guilty eventually. What did you do to me? Tangled. Attacks cost an additional energy this turn. What a jerk. Well, I guess we'll just block. Or not. I mean, it's fine. Whatever. Take some damage. It's not great. But it is what it is. Really would have enjoyed drawing the Veil Piercer at a different time. Namely, where I could have gotten it back with the Grave Blast. Either way, it's fine. We took a fair chunk of damage on this fight, but we're alive. It's not ideal, but hey. I mean, the Defy is kind of nice. I think we're taking the Defile, though. I forget what Pale's Wing is. Is it the one where you can sacrifice card rewards to get relics every other time? No, it's the one where you... The first time you don't play cards, it exhausts your hand, and then you take another turn. I am low on health in a way that scares me. I mean, the one Jank said, I think the card exhauster. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. I was thinking the wrong one. Yeah. I'm the one who's in the wrong here. Okay, well, I do technically survive at this rate, but it's pretty bad. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this and that, which does give me a lot of blocks since it's its max HP, not its current HP. And then let's do that. But I'm specifically commenting your last reward draw. That's fair. I thought you were talking about something else. Okay, at least this makes the Defile free to play. Okay, we're just gonna do the potion now. This is more or less why we saved the potion. Okay, got rid of the guilty. We killed the dude. We have a potion. We have even more max HP. 9 damage, 2 additional damage for each soul in your exhaust pile. I mean, that is really cool. I don't have anything to really support it currently, but I will take that. I have to get through one more fight before I can heal or anything. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this lineup of enemies before. But we're not on an Ascension modifier that said we're fighting new types of enemies yet. I don't know. Wasn't expecting that, I guess. Well, let's go ahead and kill you. I guess let's just kill you. Unfortunately, I get a bunch of slime, and these guys are still going to threaten me, which is concerning, but here we are. That is a large chunk of my HP. We'll go ahead and block here to make it a little less bad. Ooh, Veil Piercer with that card is neat. I agree. It's working out pretty decently for us. Annoyingly, I have to hit with two of... I have to hit with the stronger card if I want to kill him this turn. I did want to kill him this turn, which is annoying. Okay, there we go. It's fine-ish. We're alive. We have 2 strength potions, I guess. Aussie's attack steal more. No. I mean, Pole Aggro is fine. I think we want pull from below. Yeah. I will take that, I guess. Okay. Would love to upgrade. Would love to do other things. I think I need to heal. Here we are. Last run I put Electric Shrimpy on Delay Plus. I don't know what that does yet. Turns out getting an Anchor Plus and Candelabra as a boss reward is pretty solid. Yeah, fair enough. I will do... You know what? I'll do both of these. I don't know that I need to do both of these, but I will, in fact, do both. Fortunately, we get the Frail. Oh, well, here we are. Well, time to take some damage. Ow. Don't love being weak. But it is what it is. Alright, well, taking more damage. There's a certain amount of struggle going on here. Delay is 10, 13 block and gives 2 energy next turn. Electric Shrimpy enchants the skill to automatically play at the start of combat. Gotcha. Yeah, I knew it was a boss relic. I just didn't know what it did. Unfortunately, can't make that quite as strong as I want, but here we are. Well, we'll do that and that, so I'm at least not taking damage for once. Pretty sure my strongest thing is you. Had a run a few days ago with Shrimp on Shockwave Plus, was a good time. I mean, that is rather nice. For sure. Well, I am glad I used both strength potions, because this is going pretty badly. Unfortunately, I'm not making the Soul Storm nearly as good as I want to, but that's because I only have one source of souls. Either way, we're doing okay. Ta-da! Alright, it was a struggle, but it's a struggle, so we survived. I'm not taking another sacrifice. Yeah, we'll take Banshee's Cry. For sure. Add replay to a card in your hand, cost extra. I mean, that is also pretty cool. I mean, maybe I want to do that. I don't know how that works with pull from below. I assume it does the full... Yeah, it should do the full thing. I mean, I kind of want to take Transfigure. I think Banshee's Cry is just better for us, especially because it shores up our weakness against certain enemies. So we'll do that, even though I really would like to do the Transfigure. Those forbidden flames around you remind me of something forbidden. What do you know? I know who wrote that book. I really don't like the pumpkin candle. Don't know that we want Big Hug. Not like super wild about this either. It's only strikes. Just not wildly happy about that. Fine, we'll just do this. I'm not going to get rid of all of them anyways, just because card removals are so limited. So I forgot that I have the sword, which would be nice. I don't know that I care that much. I mean, it would be pretty good for me if I can get it. I just don't know. Like, I can probably handle... Unfortunately, there's no good route that is 3 elite. Because there is one. But it's this route right here, which I'm not big on. I think I'd much rather do a route that has more like rest spots on it, especially because I still have the Giria and also have cards I'd like to upgrade. Okay, well, I guess that's what we're doing. These goddamn losers. Well, annoying, but fine. Well, glad that can at least just straight up kill you. Unfortunately, I can't play the Banshee's Cry. Also, they would be reducing the damage anyways, because they're jerks. Guess we just block? I don't know. Yeah, and then they just kind of kill Austie anyways. Which is annoying, but fine. We're trying real hard here. We're blocking it all this time. It's whatever. I'm not wild about it, but he's gonna buff this turn, and so then we can just kill this guy and work on other things. Okay, and now we can play that out, which then makes the Banshee's Cry playable, which does an underwhelming 9 damage to him. Interesting to me that the third elite now is always the one you haven't fought yet. Nice bit of information for the player that wasn't available the first time around. Yeah. Anyways, there we go. I will take a Grave Blast that is upgraded. Is it worth spending 194 to get half cost? Maybe. I could also just instead buy a second Banshee's Cry, which is probably worth it. The automation is also sort of interesting. The 9 cap on damage makes some cards feel real sad against those guys. That does. Sad Sovereign Blade noises. Yeah, pretty much. I guess we'll do this, even though I kind of wanted to do other things like remove things. But whatever, we're going to be lured in by the sweet siren song of Banshee's Cry. Even though I really don't have enough ethereal cards to heavily justify that. Okay, well, he's most of the way dead, and here we are. Alright, so we play this, which then makes that free to play, and there we go. Only dealt a small amount of damage to him, but it's because it broke through his thing and dazed him, and then we just blow him up. Ta-da! I'll deal 6 damage. First time this is a card to play this turn, draw a card. No, when you play Doom, gain block, it's cool, but no, I will take another pull from below, even though I maybe shouldn't, but here we are. I forgot about the Slumbering Beetle. This is, dare I say, not what I was hoping for. I don't know why I bothered with that. I was thinking that these had some base level damage. They don't. They just don't. I can at least do some damage. Oh, that's right. I was going to get back to defend. That's what I was trying to do. Either way, I still didn't need to do what I did, but I really fucked this. Pretty sure I click almost every fetch I see. I mean, I probably should have, but I wasn't thinking about it very hard. Yeah, I am still annoyed that I wasted my opportunity to stun him like I should have done. Because now I take lots of damage, which was a very preventable fate. At least the weak is gone. So when I draw my sweet, sweet Banshee's Cries, we just do this. And we do that. And then this beetle is most of the way dead. But again, I shouldn't have taken nearly so much damage on this fight. Mistakes were made. And hearts were broken. I mean, I'll gain some extra HP, I guess. I will take another Grave Warden. Even though our deck is expanding pretty heavily at the moment. I'm not wildly happy about this, but fine. I like pull from below. I like it a lot less when it's not being drawn at a good time. These are bad draws. don't have my best block card in here. Of course not. Great, that's a problem. Well, there we go. That was an incredibly bad fight for me. Alright, well, that happened. Again, had I played the prior fight better, we would have survived that. At least there. It was really bad draws for me. Which is fine. That was the problem with my deck, is that I had a number of things that were contingent upon each other. And I didn't have enough ethereal things, mainly, to support how many things I had that were contingent upon ethereal things. Anyways, it's too late for me to start another one, so that's where we're ending for the night. So, we will be back tomorrow. We'll play more exciting deck building fun. I think we're back to Monster Train tomorrow. I'll be honest, I have been a little out of it all day, and it doesn't feel like it was Tuesday, but it was, so pretty sure we're playing Monster Train tomorrow. Do still want to play more Slay the Spire, but probably doing Monster Train, and then we'll do more Slay the Spire next week, and that's the plan. Anyways, rambling aside, I'm going to go now. I'm going to eat some food. Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.